T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. My name is Lori Swan. Hope you guys are all doing well. If you are in the live chat, we do ask to keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platform utilizing today. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you know when we go live. First off, I want to start out by saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and Happy Father's Day to all of the single mothers out there, because you are doing double duty, and just wanted to make sure that you get recognized as well. Hey, Ernie.
Hey, Lori, how's it going?
Well, you know what? Every time I make the announcement that I'm taking a break, something happens, and I have to get my butt out of bed and come live.
Well, I've been trying to tell you that for over a week now.
I know. For those of you who don't know, I posted up on Facebook that I was taking a break. I have rescheduled Joy, who's supposed to be on with us tonight. She rescheduled till next month. I've talked to Big John. I've rescheduled Wednesday nights. I haven't been feeling like getting on here and doing anything, but today kind of changed that a little bit.
Yeah, I did see that The Schumann is a little off today.
A little off. Hmm.
And I wonder if that has anything to do in connection with has been going on in U.S. and Canada recently, as well as I just seen there's reports of some pretty damaging earthquakes happening in North Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So yeah. Okay. So let me do one thing real quick. Let me. Okay. So you guys, okay, for those of you that don't know what the Schumann resonance is, because after I posted my post over on Facebook today, my husband messaged me and he says some people aren't going to know what it is, and I was like, that's my fault. I that is a fault of mine, and I apologize. I make the assumption that everybody on my social media knows exactly what I'm talking about at all times, and I forget there's new people as well. Schumann resonance is basically and essentially the heartbeat of our planet, and they keep track of it and they watch it, and it is fairly consistent it, for the most part. This is what a normal Schumann resonance looks like, and you can see that it kind of looks like an EKG, doesn't it?
it does. And one thing I wanted to point out too, apart from what you're going to be discussing too, I started noticing this happening a couple of weeks ago, in which there was some un. It seemed like there was some data that was being erased,
Yes, yes.
and that
Well, you
threw up
can
some
see
red
down at this
flags.
bottom picture, do you see where this black space is? We haven't seen spaces like this in like in the middle of where the picture would be, spaces of missing data, right? Where'd you go?
I'm still here. Are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So what you're talking about is like on the right hand side of this picture where this black spot is. We've been seeing this in the middle of these images where there's spaces of missing data, right?
Yes, yes. And this is not the first time this been happening in this month. Um, I know we talked about June being a month that things are popping off, and wow.
Yeah, exactly. So I get up this morning and I'm taking a look at. I'm over on TikTok, kind of just browsing TikTok, and I come across this image right here. Now, as you can see, on the left is a normal Schumann resonance, and this is something that I've been seeing since I think I've been following the Schumann for maybe, oh gosh, 8 9 years, maybe not that long. I don't know. Long. I mean, since I can remember. And this is what we see. Aside from every once in a while, we'll get this little missing data blotch somewhere is in here. But for the most part, on the left is what we normally see. That's not what we're seeing today. We're seeing what is on the right, aren't we?
Yeah, when you sent me that, I was like, it all makes sense because all the stuff that's been going on that's been like really weird lately. I mean, we're going from the fires to the orange atmosphere in New York City to all this stuff being talked about with World War III and mobilization and all this stuff. I was like, the world is not happy right now. And when you sent me that picture, that pretty much confirmed everything.
Yeah, Melanie, I think yours is the one that I saw. I think we follow each other over on TikTok. Yeah, I'm okay. So um, I've been getting a lot of everybody. Like everybody has been sending me videos on military movement in the U.S. And I cannot confirm the information because I have not seen it firsthand. When it's supposedly here in Chicago, there was military helicopters in the sky yesterday here over Chicago. I don't live close enough to Chicago to see that. I don't know. But here's my thing. The information that's being sent is military activity over large cities. I don't live in the city. I live in the suburbs. And that is not alarming, but that's interesting in its own right, because we've heard that when the perpetual S hits the fan, that we're going to be seeing movement in the larger cities first, right, Ernie?
Right. And these are all strategic places and where we're seeing these military movements
Well,
too.
well,
One thing that's going on unnoticed is in Idaho Falls, where the actual tanks that are in movement right now.
mhm.
Um, I did talk to Big John yesterday. I'll talk to you about that after the broadcast. But basically, if we see actual tanks in the streets, which are not supposed to because the infrastructure doesn't support that heaviness, then there's something we need to be really, really, really concerned about. So,
Well, not only that, but when you see the active military, okay, there's a difference between active military and reserves. The reason the reserves are here in the United States is because posse comitatus prevents the active military from interacting with the general population here in the United States. So that's why we have a reserve. The military reserve are the ones that interact with the public when
so it's the
needed.
National Guard.
Right, in the National Guard, exactly. So, the fact that we're seeing active military on our streets, that is kind of interesting and almost disturbing.
It's very disturbing,
Mhm.
and the fact that nobody's talking about it, no mainstream media. Even I talked to Deb about this yesterday. None of the other so-called right-wing truther channels are even mentioning it.
Mhm.
Like even the ones that I normally listen to, not one mention of it.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. I believe Dabu touched on it, did one video about it, and I think that was it.
Right, and you go
Because
to TikTok, you're seeing multiple
oh yeah,
different videos.
exactly. And we're talking about, guys, we're talking about L.A., Philadelphia, Chicago, um, Miami,
Pensacola.
yeah, Pensacola. I mean, we're talking about major cities here. So, um,
And also in Canada too, they're seeing military movement, especially in Montreal. Um, Somebody on TikTok, and I believe I sent this to you as well, Lori. Um, Looked at the tanks and what kind of military vehicles that were traveling, and they said they were Russian vehicles. They aren't U.S. or Canada associated. I don't know if this is true or not,
I think
but
we would be more apt to see UN tanks than we would to see Russian, to tell you the truth.
right,
I mean, I'd have to, like I said, I can't confirm the information that I've seen, because I haven't like spoken to somebody uh, who I value, their information, and it's kind of hard to validate this type, because for years we've seen, the military moving on trains and stuff. So it's, I don't want an old video being sent to me and portrayed as a new one.
right.
You know,
And that's the hard part about what we do is
it is.
validation when it comes to things.
Mhm,
That's why we always try to cross check with multiple different sources to
mhm.
determine whether it is true or not. But a lot of this stuff is being called into question because this popped out of nowhere.
Right, it did. Absolutely did. Um, and the sheer magnitude and the amount of videos that I'm seeing, different videos, I'm leaning on the side of validating it. But I'm not going to go that far yet. I need to do a little bit more research on it. Maybe we'll come back tonight or something if we get even more information. Might as well keep going if I'm back for today. So, and I'm actually feeling good today. I'm feeling good. So, I don't know, maybe, Maybe the Schumann has something to do with it. I have no idea. Okay, so what I'm showing you on the screen right now is the actual Schumann Resonance. This is from their website. I will put the link in the description below for you guys. It's called Space Observing System. It is not an English. It's not an English website, but you can do the translation. Google does translate it for you if you have that, if you choose that option. So here we have what a normal Schumann resonance looks like on the left, and this is what this is what it was yesterday. What you're seeing on the screen is a continuation. It's not a a comparison. This is a continuation. It started yesterday. It's 1606 UTC time, and it's coming straight into today. And notice, Ernie, look at what's separating the two: a lack of data.
Yeah, I do see that lack of data. So something, I'm thinking there's something drastically happening during those two images
Causing it.
that they're trying to keep away from us.
Right. Well, I'm going to show you guys something. Now, even when we are experiencing a geometric storm, and that is a flare, a sun flare, Earth facing, which we did have an M class earlier today, but even that would not produce what we're seeing on the right hand side of your screen right here. If we were to experience a flare or a geomagnetic storm, this is what we would be seeing: these white splotches. This is completely something I have never seen before. And when I say I'm not the only one who's never seen it, there's other people when I post this up who've been watching this as well. My friend Linda, she's been watching it for the last 6 years, and she's never seen anything like this. Now, Ari, in our chat, you had said that it looks like what a communication burst would look like. Now, could this be? And I'm going to go out here, and I'm going to get all conspiracy theory on you folks. Could it be a message?
It could be, but I mean, look at the intricacies of those waves in the
Let me pull up a bigger
second photo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, if you,
I mean, even on the left, okay. Even on the left, you have from, if you go from 160 to, hold on a second, I gotta see, what is this? 160 to 16.0 down to 40.0. If you look at that, you'll see that there is inconsistencies. But yet on the other side, in that same area, it's repeating itself. Exactly replicating itself.
now this could be the beginning of, birth pains. It could be, it could be one of the signs that we're going to be facing cataclysms. It could be a number of different things that we have to take advantage of. I mean, these readings, I mean, me and you have been looking at them ever since I've been on this channel. And anytime something like a spike or something like that happens, it usually yields some type of event that occurred.
Exactly. You can't.
And I mean, you can't not ignore this.
Right.
Like,
Now, I did say that we did have an M class flare earlier today, but it did not last but a short period of time, and it never would have caused something like this. I mean, again, even with a flare, this is what you would see. It would be white. Now,
the only other thing I can think of, and this is putting my tinfoil hat on,
mm-hmm.
It could be some activity going on within the Earth.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Ari says this is the wow signal, but way larger. Yeah, I mean, not to get all conspiratorial on us all here, but if you don't know what the wow signal is, how do I explain it? It's when SETI points its telescopes into deep space, they're waiting for a signal, and they think that the first time that we receive an actual signal, it will be the wow That's the wow signal. I don't know if I would classify this as a wow signal, as far as happening in deep space, but it's definitely a wow when I look at it to myself. Now, does CERN have anything to do with this? Is CERN possibly causing this? Again, I've been watching these things for years, and I can tell you that even if CERN was online, which it is not, no beam, they had a problem with the RQ10.L5, and so they will not be sending out beams today. But even if they were, I have never seen it look like this before.
Yeah, yeah, we're something's gonna happen. Don't know what, don't know when, but I mean, I hate to be so broad with that, but I mean, this is something we definitely need to be on the lookout. I've been talking to members of our research team about all the events that's been transpiring recently, and definitely need to keep some eyes and ears to the ground to see what's going to happen. I, I kind of briefly mentioned it to you, Lori. I know we really haven't talked much in the past week, but I said my spirit is heavy, and I'm not the only one that has been experiencing the heaviness, and it's a type of heaviness where it's so bad that I've been having like dreams, like vivid dreams of stuff that's happening. I won't get into detail right now because I don't want to risk losing this channel, especially during this point in time. But let's just say that things are starting to add up in which those dreams are starting to come true. And we really, really need to be aware of things that's going on. And I foresee us not making the summer without something bad happening.
Mhm.
Let's just say that.
Well, I mean, you know that my my spirit has also been quite heavy lately, and I kind of deal with it a different way than other people do. I sleep. I just shut down, and that's what I've been doing. Not to, I don't want people to worry. It's nothing unusual. I go through these phases, and uh, it's just I don't know if it's the dreams. I haven't really had very many like vivid dreams like that, but it's like I don't know. I can just feel something happening. Very heavy. My spirit's been very heavy.
I mean, you're looking in the chat, and people are saying they've been having
Yeah,
dreams as well.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, more than one person having the same types of dreams that I'm having.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't. I'm not a scientist. Neither is Ernie. I can just look at past cycles and present cycles and know that there is something off. Something is not normal. And look, I've straight across the board. People, I mean, like I said, Linda's been watching for 6 years. She's never seen anything like this, and I don't even know how to begin to decipher what I'm looking at.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at it and I'm very, very concerned. I just me looking at it right now, I can sense something like
Yeah,
dark.
something is up. Uh, so yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to pretend to know what it is, and I'm not going to make assumptions on what it is. It's just something that we need to keep an eye on. And we've said this in the past, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to say it with urgency. Be aware of your surroundings. If you go to the store and look at, if you're a mother out there, you know what I'm about to say is true. Trust your gut. If something tells you something's wrong, don't do it. If something tells you leave an area, leave an area. If something tells you don't go to an area, don't go to an area. If you see something, say something. If you see military movement, if you could let us know where it is, what time it is, and what exactly you're seeing. I would like to be able to validate the information that we are getting.
And yeah, and this is not the time to be living in fear either.
No, absolutely not.
So we're not trying to scare anybody. I mean, if you have your foundation in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, there's no reason to be fearful because you
Exactly.
know home is coming soon.
Lori, who puts this data out? What data are you talking about, Deb? Are you talking about the CERN data or are you talking about the Schumann data? Let's see what she says. Because I'm showing two different forms of data here. Mother Gaia is evolving to 5D consciousness again. The Schumann. I'm going to address this first. We don't do New Age mumbo jumbo here. Okay. Mother Gaia is not a thing. It is not a reality. There is one creator, and that is the Most High, Yahweh Vahe. And we don't do the whole uh, evolving into different consciousness. We have one consciousness that's through Jesus Christ, and that's it for that. The Schumann. The Schumann is put out by it's a website called Space Observing System, and it's I believe I don't know what language it is. I think it looks like it's Greek or Russian. Put out, but it's a scientific website, and they've been uh, documenting the electromagnetic background level for a long time now. I'll put the link in the description area below for you guys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we gotta be prepared. Get your houses in order, guys. I mean, we say that time and time again on our broadcast, but I mean, how many times do we have to continue to beat a dead horse? I mean, we have to get our houses in order, and I just got home from church, and we had a good message for the fathers, as far as like protecting the household and stuff like that. I mean, this is one of the things we got to protect the household, especially us as fathers,
Oh,
and we have to be able to be the provider. We're supposed to be loving and just show our children as well as other people what's going on in the world,
exactly.
because there's so many people in this world that are blind to what's going on right now. Everybody's walking around like mindless zombies, not having a care in the world. But in actuality, the very fate of existence is at hand here,
Exactly.
and we have to be able to bring those people out of darkness into the light through the Lord Jesus Christ, because they will be able to show them through and walk with the faith and being able to have that understanding that everything that's transpiring right now is only the beginning of what's to come. And if we don't have our alignment with the Most High, then we won't have any direction of where we need to go, and that will lead to death, both physically and spiritually.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to ask you a question, Ernie.
Yes.
Opinion. Do you think this has? I don't want to say anything to do with, but do you think this is? Well, you remember this earlier this month, Las Vegas aliens landing? Have you been looking at the videos?
Yes, I actually have. I've been
What's your
looking
opinion
that
on
up
it?
quite a bit. Um, I have a number of different opinions. I think the Great War in heaven is transpiring as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
As talked about in the Book of Revelations,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm believing Satan and his minions are being cast down to earth finally to take their throne.
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen this all over the place when it comes to these types of encounters. I mean, we're seeing in major cities in which just stuff's just falling from the sky, all over the place, and they're being cast out from the stars. You know, stars, when we look at, I mean, not only is lights that God provided, but they're also prison for some of these demons too. So they're releasing them. I believe the drying up of the river Euphrates, as depicted in the Bible, is the beginning of these demons being released, and I believe certain has something to do with it as well, because it's opening up the gates to the bottomless pit.
Right. Exactly.
So with these aliens that we see here, I saw a couple different angles of videos of these types of aliens that are like 10 foot tall. That
Yeah.
that kind of this that kind of depicts what we seen with the Nephilim.
Yeah. Exactly. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, earlier this month, police what is it called? Their vest cams caught a something falling out of the sky. Maybe I can pull it up here. This is a cop in his car, and there you see something falling out of the sky, and right after this, there was a 911 call from a family who said that this landed in their backyard and that they were seeing 8, 9 foot creatures in their backyard, right?
Right. And here's the thing. Nobody has heard from them since.
Apparently, and this is just the word on the street, apparently shortly after this happened, and it was validated by Las Vegas Police Department that this indeed happened. Um, People showed up at their house and took them into protective custody.
Word on the street, quote unquote.
Right. Right.
I'm sorry.
In other words,
there's
the
no
FBI,
protection of custody by men that can overcome these demonic beings. I'm sorry.
right. In
The only
other
way you be
words,
able to come
the
back to
men
that is
in
through Jesus
black
Christ.
came and scooped them up and
Yeah.
took them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yeah. So I mean, this is something that. Oh, I did not hear that part. The end of the video, the kid Angel said that when they were praying, something screamed. Mm. Mm-mm.
Stacey, they did local news stations did report on it, but it wasn't like nationwide.
It was local, yeah, the Las Vegas did, but not. It didn't.
Oh yeah. Oh, get this.
Yes.
Alyssa
Yes.
posted, I meant to discuss this about you
Yes.
to you as well. Alien technology and activity on Antarctica.
And you know what's here before you start, I'm going to tell you something. So Friday, or what's today? Sunday, Friday, Thursday. Thursday, I had a live stream that I was prepping for, and it was going to discuss what's going on in Antarctica, but I canceled it because I canceled everything. But that was something that I was going to bring to the attention of our viewers. Go ahead and talk about that.
Well, I don't know too much about it, but I've seen a couple of videos in which people have whistleblowed the technology that is actually in Antarctica, in pyramids and all sorts of like free energy type of technology that's down there in Antarctica. And that has become a topic recently on social media, which is free energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people are finding out that trees and other structures have the ability to create free energy, and people are starting to harvest that. Now we have to see whether or not these people who are harnessing this is going to be disappearing or not. I know there's a gentleman in the continent of Africa, I can't remember which country, that has essentially refound free energy and create and place it in vehicles and helicopters and all sorts of cool things. But we have to keep an eye on it to see what's going to happen.
Right. Tesla energy is, free. Tesla free energy is real, and the reason why they've suppressed this information is for the same reason that they've suppressed natural remedies to illnesses, and that's because money, 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 money. These greedy SOBs that run this world are just all about keeping us sick, keeping us down, keeping us indentured to them.
Well, we got to look at it like this too, Lori. History has a way of repeating itself, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Now, there has been many great resets throughout the course of human history.
correct.
And what I see is not only the beginning of the rise of the son of perdition, but I also see the rise of Tartaria.
Hmm.
Exactly, Ken.
Yep.
I see Tartaria coming back into fruition because those buildings are also being talked about quite a bit.
Hmm.
And with free energy and CERN and stuff, you have to ask yourselves what kind of infrastructure do they have to be able to power that type of technology.
Right. Exactly.
They can't do it on the regular coal and nuclear power like we've been doing for centuries now.
Exactly. When you think about the amount of energy that CERN, just the CERN in Geneva, guys, there's actually thousands. I think 3,000 plus facilities, CERN facilities across the world that have the colliders. 3,000 plus worldwide. We're only talking about the largest one in Geneva. The amount of power that's needed to conduct not only the experiment at the LHC but also Alice is phenomenal. They would be draining. I mean, if you've ever looked at a satellite view of CERN, there's no places that are producing energy for them.
No. And either they're gaining free energy from the earth underground because obviously that has charges in the earth as well,
Right through the ley
or they're
lines.
getting it from the air.
Right through the ley lines, exactly. They're harnessing the energy. Yes, they are. They most certainly are. And we're going to keep an eye on this because I mean this is definitely something I'd be interested in seeing the next 24 hours. What happens to the Schumann? Will we see it return to normal? Will it continue on the path that it's on? I don't know, but we shall see, huh?
Right. I mean, this could also be related to some of the earthquakes that's happening. I mean, look what happened in the weather in the Midwest and South over the past week. I
Yeah,
don't know if you've been following it. They're having unseasonal weather with gorilla hail, in tornadoes.
yeah,
Like like 3 days worth of tornado outbreaks, and that's supposed to happen again today.
yeah, yeah. The South. I mean, keep them in your prayers because I've been watching it. Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to Texas, eastward. It's just been one right after another, pounding. It is tornado season. I will give you that. But I don't think I don't remember a year where it's ever been this bad.
Right, and many places are actually cool, especially in the Northeast, like like upper 60s, low 70s. This
Really?
should be in the yes. It for the past week, it's been in the 60s where I live.
Oh wow, that is unseasonably cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, interesting. The guy said the technology in Antarctica. I was the reason why I didn't do the broadcast was a couple of things. First off, I'm still looking for a video that I found where Buzz Aldrin back in 2016. Remember when all of the elite were summoned, and that was the word the mainstream media used. They were summoned to us to Antarctica. Buzz Aldrin was one of those people, and he put out a tweet right before he lost consciousness and had to be airlifted to South America for medical treatment. He put out a tweet, something along the lines of what they've awakened is it should scare you or something. It was something along the lines that what he saw down there, uh, he shouldn't have seen.
and he probably fainted from the probably was overwhelmed. I
Right.
mean, they said hearts grow cold when some of the stuff that you see that could be part of it.
Correct. Yeah. So I'm trying to find that video that showed me the tweet, and I don't know if I downloaded. I have to check my phone. I don't think I've done a purge in the last week, and I think I did find it in the last week. I'll have to see if I did I send it to you or maybe to Deb or maybe I downloaded it. If I can't download it, I usually send it to you guys.
Well, I didn't receive anything really from you.
All right, then
So
maybe I downloaded it. I'll have to check. Um, but yeah, he was saying that and what they found or what they're discussing. There was also uh, Antarctic Station. There's something going on there as well, and I had all that pulled up ready to go, and I scrapped it. So
even though I really don't like the app, I mean, you guys need to be on TikTok because
I
that's the only way we're getting our news now.
Yeah, a lot of people will say, it's owned by China. You know what? Every single app you use is giving your information to whoever. For them, there's a reason why they're demonizing TikTok, and it's because of the information that is being put out there. And it has nothing to do with your information being given over, because that happens every time you open up a play game. Candy Crush. Who here's playing Candy Crush? Your information is being given over to somebody. Facebook, your information is being given over to somebody. YouTube, your information is being given over to somebody. Google, same
Google.
thing. They're trying to demonize TikTok because the United States government cannot censor what information is being put out on it yet.
And that's what they're trying to do.
They're trying to do. Hmm. And they're using China gathering your information as a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Does anyone know why and what this means? No, we don't. We have no idea why it's happening. I have no idea what it means. All we know is that we're going to keep an eye on it. And like I said, I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours to see if it continues. If there is anybody out there that knows frequencies, if you can decipher what we're seeing, I would greatly appreciate you to either contact us, put a message or put a comment underneath our video here. And you can message me at Lori Alexander 708 at gmail.com. Um, and I would greatly like to talk to somebody who can decipher what we're looking at.
Yep. So we're in for it. This is it. This is the event horizon.
Exactly. What do I need? I need somebody who can decipher what I'm seeing. What is going on right here on the right, JR? This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for information to tell me what has happened between yesterday, when it was a normal Schumann, until this break in data. And now we've got what we're seeing on the right is taking place in Schumann. So that's what I'm requesting information about. If anybody knows anything, that's what we're looking for. So, all right. Anything else?
I think we discussed everything we need to discuss right now.
If we do get information, if we do find out more on this, we will get tonight. If not, well, I don't know when we'll be back.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Ernie. Hope I didn't drag
Well,
you away from anything. I know you just got home from church.
no, I just seen that you were going live, and I'm like, huh.
Yeah, I thought I didn't know what time you get out of church, and I forgot that you're an hour ahead of us. And this is just literally, this was a spur of the moment. Gonna jump on real quick and then talk about it. So, all right. We will see you back. Again, if you have any information, give us a comment. Give us an email, Lori Alexander 708 at gmail.com if you have any information on it. Or, yeah, you know what, if you can decipher what it is. All right, Ernie, thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you to everybody in our chat room. Thank you to all of our moderators as always. We will be back next time. Until then, eyes open, no fear.